Got the Bill Squire Friday Get Down straight ahead. For many years now, it is how we have determined that it is ready to begin the weekend in earnest or whatever. And so that is on the way. For a lot of people, and they've told us so. And I don't take it as a criticism. I take it as a badge of courage on their part to tell me that our Friday program is just all warm up to the Bill Squire Friday Get Down. That it's all preamble. Mary's out in San Diego.
Hanging now.
She's at the mic drop tonight for our San Diego area bureau chiefs. And she'll be live in L.A. next week in the iHeartMedia Burbank studios. Right?
The bank.
You've been there before.
Yes, I've been to both these studios.
Oh, you've been in San Diego before? I couldn't remember.
I am in the exact same studio that I was in last time. And
does their spot look like ours here? Do they get a new?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, you see it on the live stream. Yeah, look at it like it's.
If I can move it.
Looks like the old studio. Oh, I see. Yeah,
look
okay.
at that. Nice.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's the wall, and it is.
They haven't done San Diego yet.
No.
Wow, look at that. But Burbank's probably all done.
They got paint
Burbank
all over
is
the door.
amazing.
Yeah, because Premiere is out there too.
Burbank. Sorry, I'm putting my camera back. Burbank was the one. It's 3 floors.
Yeah.
They have an entire market in it's not like a kitchen. It's like you can go in and buy snacks and sandwiches and this big old espresso machine and they have an entire market of. It's like half of the 3rd floor is like a cafe almost where you can go. I think Burbank. It was either Burbank or Nashville when I was eating the chips because I bought them in the market, and it came through on the live stream.
I remember.
I think it was the last time I was in Burbank because they had a little chips and fresh salsa thing in their market. I was like, how am I going to pass up on chips and fresh salsa? And then I muted my big mic, but I didn't mute my live stream mic. And I was eating those chips. They were very good.
Well, it's a different live stream now, so you could eat those chips, and if you mute your one mic, it won't come over the live stream.
Look at that. Everything's coming up, Mayor.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking before the show, Jeremiah, who's on the same time as us next door at Kiss FM. He goes, hey, did you see the Mountain Dew hot sauce?
Ew.
And all I could think of was I was surprised. I would have expected it the way they've been going, that hot sauce flavored Mountain Dew would have been more likely. But then I was like, oh, but they already did Flamin' Hot Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew is dropping Baja Blast hot sauce. But I think you have to pre-order it or you got to reserve it or something. Baja Blast ended up being an experiment that Mountain Dew did with just Taco Bell stores for a while. A lot of these Mountain Dew variants you can only get at certain places. They have one at KFC. They had this at Taco Bell. People loved it so much that they started canning and bottling Baja Blast. And now I guess they're taking it to the next level. And the Mountain Dew Baja Blast hot sauce. You would be sorely mistaken if you assumed that I won't try this. There are only 750 bottles available.
Oh, that's not very many.
Oh, how you going to get it?
Oh, I'll get it.
He knows a guy.
I know a guy.
He's got a plug.
You're going to be getting love drunk off my humps.
Don't get sued.
With this Baja. I'm going to be Baja blasting all over the place. Hey, Margot.
Hey, love, what's up?
Is that Margot with a T?
Negative. I'm not French. Thank you for asking.
Well, I try. Is it with a Geau? That would be more French.
That would be more culturally correct, but no. Irish and German, unfortunately, so it's just phonetic.
Hey, just like me. Irish and German.
Hey!
We're both aggressively white.
Should we put that on our resume?
Yeah, well, it already is on mine.
Aggressively white.
Yes. It might come
Depends
off
on the job you're trying to get.
It might come off the wrong way, but yeah. What can I do for you, Margot?
I like the open-ended question. So I had called originally because the caller that you had that was leaving messages that had that really beautiful, like sexy, enticing voice.
Is that you?
No.
Oh, okay.
Negative ghostwriter. That was not me.
I thought she was setting me up. Okay.
No, yeah, hit it off the tee. There you go. No, I always constantly have to use, I call it the customer service voice, but I turn it into the sexy voice. So I was wondering two things. If you had anything that you wanted to be said in that beautiful, sexy voice. And also I wanted to say hello to you because we talked a few years ago when we were talking about the schwitz and you told me about the term flexi sexy.
I told you the term what?
Flexi sexy?
Flexi sexy?
Correct. It was the newest introduction to what they call bi people. When we talked about the schwitz, and I asked if there was a female version of it.
Wow. Yeah, I don't recall that at all, but I'll take your word for it. I mean, a schwitz you can never turn down. Wait, hold on.
So dirty.
Right. When I get dirty, I like to take a schwitz. I haven't had one for some time.
Margot, could you say, now you're one of Big Billy's bottom boys?
Can you ask me with manners?
Please.
And what do you want me to say?
Now you're one of Big Billy's bottom boys. Please.
Hey. Now you're one of Big Billy's bottom boys. Mm-hmm.
All right.
How about this?
We'll cut that out, and then next week when we're putting people on my team, we'll play that after they get on the team.
No. I need royalties if you're going to use that.
I don't know if you know how this show works, but you're getting all the royalties you're ever going to get right now.
That's right.
Pays an exposure.
We don't
babe.
even treat people like royalty. What are you talking about?
Oh, the exposure. Thank you.
Right.
I guess I should be
Hire Margot to say weird things.
Margot, flexi sexy. All right. Well, congratulations on all that. And thank
all what? Oh
that. Anything you want to say?
All those lumps.
Anything you want to say to Margot with manners, Bill, before I let her go?
Thanks for calling.
The Fergie jump.
All right. Thank you, Margot. I'll try to be as
Thanks, guys.
polite as I possibly can there. I thought she was setting me up to tell me that she's the one that's been leaving.
She sounded like her. I thought
That's
she was
right.
too.
Those messages.
It's all worked up for nothing.
So dirty.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's okay. You can leave us messages if you like in whatever voice you feel is appropriate. The After Hours line is 216-986-8903.
Hi, Alan and rest of the company. I was listening to the podcast from yesterday, and y'all were talking about the looking up things that pertain to murder and how it can look very suspicious. And Mary had brought up how, like, she would look at stuff, like, while Brian is watching a murder documentary. I did something similar in which my husband and I, we were going to be going to Myrtle Beach on a vacation, and for whatever reason, I had wanted to find out how long does it take for a body to decompose in a body of water. And I did find out a fun fact that the rate of decomposition varies depending on the season because of animal activity. And I relayed this to my husband, and he started looking at me the day before our trip going, is there something that I need to be concerned about? Am I going to make it back from this trip? Anyway, I thought it was a fun anecdote. Love you, bye.
Love you, bye. Thank you. Yeah, I don't. Mary, have you been up to Marquette? Did you perform in Marquette, Michigan?
Yes, I have.
Northern Michigan University, correct? Or you were at the tech school or whatever?
Michigan Tech, I think.
Michigan
was
Tech.
the one
It's
it was.
way up there.
It
But
wasn't Marquette. It was near Marquette. I flew into Marquette and then drove.
Northern Michigan, way up in Marquette, is where they have that body farm. I was just telling my daughter about this. Body farm where people will donate their bodies to science.
They blow them up and stuff?
Well, no, they put them in the ground, a lot of these, and then they study how the environment impacts dead bodies. So they can help law enforcement and forensics and things like that. So it's like a forensic research station, and they just call them body farms. And it's one of, there's fewer than 10, I think, in the whole country, and one of them is way up there in Marquette, Michigan. There's one at Southern Illinois University. I know that because that's in Carbondale, Illinois, and a bunch of friends of mine went to SIU. They have one there. Tennessee has one somewhere. They need one here. There should be a body farm at one of the, that to put you on the map. Your local university, Case, CSU. Somebody should start up a body farm.
There's no space at Akron.
There's no space in Akron?
They have enough bodies.
Just go pull them off the curb.
No.
Put them in the ground.
No.
Speaking of Southern Illinois, a buddy of mine who's on the TV side of this business sent me the story about this reporter in Southern Illinois who was fired over an ad lib. And it's not like he was talking about the Jews or a flub about, Martin Luther King Jr. or anything like that. This guy's just a young up-and-coming reporter, and he's in Quincy, Illinois. Now, I grew up in the Chicagoland portion of Illinois. But Illinois is a huge state. And it's like any other state. Once you get out of the city, it's hill rods in every direction. And this guy is in Quincy, Illinois, which is right across the Mississippi River from Missouri. It's right on the border. And once you get way down south, place like Cairo, Illinois, the southernmost tip of Illinois, where Missouri and Illinois and Kentucky meet, there's people with no shoes down there. So this guy got fired, and his television station had to put out this big, long apology to the viewers because the guy ad-libbed a live shot where he said, "We're in downstate Illinois where they hate the media." Now, that's 100% true if you're in a part of the state that's largely rural. And the TV station fired him and then posted, "We know we have a lot of loyal viewers who are supportive of our station," and blah, because they have to do that. But nothing this guy said was untrue. Once you get out of the city and into the sticks, it is a weird thing to ad-lib, though. I wonder if somebody was like driving by. He's just trying to do his stand-up cut in and somebody threw a tomato at him, or I don't know what. But again, I digress. They need a body farm. Put some Mountain Dew hot sauce on them. See how that affects everything. I was watching Forensic Files. It's on all the time. It's like comfort food. You ever watch Forensic Files?
Oh, yeah.
Over on HLN. Used to be CNN headline news. Now it's basically Forensic Files all the time, or a show like it. And they have these pithy little quotes. Most of those, they've done some new episodes with a new narrator because the classic narrator died. This guy, Peter, I think his name was Peter Thomas or something. But he's the voice that people associate with Forensic Files. It was part of the appeal of the show. And as many episodes as I've watched, I swear to God, I've never seen a repeat. And I don't know how that's physically possible. But I've never seen the same episode twice. So I'm watching one the other night, and some guy goes, he was talking about this guy that had been killed, and the suspicion was that his wife killed him for the insurance policy, which they said was a $20,000 insurance policy. And so the guy goes, his wife had 20,000 motives to kill her husband. And I couldn't help but think, is $1 equal to a motive?
Some people
Was he implying that $1 was a motive? Would you kill someone for $1?
No, but you got to add them up.
Like the Violent Femmes said to do. $1 a motive. I'm not buying it. And normally I'd buy that for $1.
Hey.
Oh!
It's a great movie.
She had 20,000 motives to kill her husband. Because wherever they were, it was like, Bufu, Kansas or whatever. That's a lot of money. But is it enough to kill a guy for $1? Which is, if you distill it down to its essence, that's what he's talking about. Is there a motive to dollar conversion that you have to worry about if you're thinking of killing someone? See, this is why aliens haven't visited us. We're too dumb. Too dumb for aliens to visit. My daughter I drive her to school every morning, first grade. And she'll ask me questions. We were talking about aliens the other morning. It's about a 10-minute trip to school. She was asking I was trying to explain the Fermi paradox to my almost 7-year-old about aliens and why we're too dumb for aliens to come visit. Do you ever remember reading about the Fermi paradox?
The Furby paradox? Yeah. You always want your Furby and then it runs out of batteries.
It's got those dead eyes that just stare at you, and then you don't know what to do with it because they don't have any resale value.
Are those the things that
the batteries burn out super fast when you're trying to play with it, but then when you're done playing with it, the batteries last forever, and then you hear it from the closet every time you walk by because it shakes a little bit and goes.
Yep.
They brought them back a few years ago, and my kids all wanted them, so we got a couple of Furbies in the house, and those things were creepy as hell. No Furbies.
They were creepy. Looking back on it now,
I hate the Furbies.
They're just like the Gremlins.
The Fermi paradox, not Furbies.
I don't know about that one.
You know.
Well, Enrico Fermi was like he created the world's first nuclear reactor in suburban Chicago. And the Fermi paradox, as I was trying to explain, the long and the short of it is, when it comes to aliens, it's this fight between the fact that we don't have any evidence of aliens up against the fact that in all of the universe, they are probably out there. And so that's the paradox. But the thought is, we are too stupid, and that's why we haven't been visited. You Star Trek nerds will recognize the Prime Directive. If you ever watch Star Trek, they would talk about the Prime Directive, which meant we don't interfere in a civilization until they're ready for us, which means until they are appropriately advanced. And so the thought is, we are literally not advanced enough for aliens to come and be interested in what we're doing. They'd be like, they're still driving around in combustible engine vehicles, and they haven't even figured out interstellar travel. There's no reason for them to come here. The movies are all about how they'd come down and we're like ants and they come and kill us and crush us or whatever. And what was War of the Worlds? They've come to take all of our resources. We've already ruined all of our resources. There's nothing to take.
Yeah, take that, you stupid aliens.
Yes. So climate change.
Oh, you're going to use all our resources? Get in line. Yeah.
We took care of it for you, sucker. Yeah. Climate change was a long con to keep aliens at bay.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Indeed. So, this is why. This is the way. This is why they haven't come. And quite frankly, if that's correct, and there's no way to know for sure, I think it's great. Finally, our collective stupidity has done something good for us as a society. I mean, we've gotten to the point where slap fighting is becoming a thing. So they're not coming down here to avail themselves of our best and brightest. You see that dude who got slapped in the face and the whole side of his face swelled up?
Swelled up, yeah.
Holy Christ.
Great.
And he won. Mm-hmm. This guy looked like his head was made of clay, and the guy just exploded his head or something.
Yeah, you should have seen the other guy.
Should have seen the other guy. He looked fine.
Mine was swelled up. His was collapsed in. Take that.
All right, I need to take a breath because I want to start the weekend.
All right, we're doing a little different this time.
What?
Are you well, listen, I'll repeat myself. For the people who say that our Friday show is just preamble for the Bill Squire Friday Get Down, the people who's loudest about that, Mary Santora.
Right.
She can't wait.
That's why I'm confused about what's different.
Just drink it in, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready, William?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody have a drink, have a drink, have a drink on me. Everybody have a drink on me. Hey, hey, everybody drink on me. Brother Leslie, how?
The Bill Squire Friday Get Down is how we know the weekend is officially underway. It is in honor of the late, great Murray Saul here at WMMS. Take it away, William.
It's Friday! Gotta get down on Friday. Get yourself whatever you want to drink because the get down is good. Unsponsored! We're just doing it for the love of the weekend! Unsponsored! 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 It's Friday!
That's how it is done.
So what I'm hearing is that he's no longer contractually obligated to do this.
That's correct, and we're doing it anyway.
Doing it for
Because
the
how
love of
the
the money.
hell else
For the
are
love
we
of the
going to do?
game.
That's right, love of the game, baby. The Bill Squire Friday Get Down, brought to you by no one except us.
Brought to you by Bill Squire.
That's
Come see me
right.
at the Alex Theater.
He's
January
earned it.
28th.
28th.
Get tickets at BillSquire.com.
So let me take the last break here. If you want to text for anything, 35192, and we'll be back after these.
It's the Alan Cox Show.
Everywhere on our free iHeartRadio app.
Or whatever smart